Hooks up and welcome to your first monthly newsfeed with Marauders on Media. I'm Molly Loxon.
And I'm Jackson Layer. It's been a big week here at the University of Mary, so if you hadn't had the chance to make it to all the events happening around campus,
or if you've gone into hibernation mode after the blizzard this weekend,
we're here to catch you up on everything that you missed.
Fans crowded the bleachers for the captains versus crew basketball game on Tuesday night. This UMary homecoming tradition pits the captains, faculty, and staff against the crew, students, and alumni. The crew carried off the game with a final score of 52-47 and an intense tug-of-war game made for an entertaining halftime show.
Earlier in the day, UMary students were encouraged to vote for the homecoming king and queen. Voting was offered both online and in the Lumen Vitae atrium, with representatives of student government able to help. Maura Stevenson, our student body president, explained the process of choosing the homecoming court.
Hi, my name is Maura Stevenson. I am the student body president here at the University of Mary, and today we are doing homecoming voting for court, and so we're going to be just going through with all the students, seeing who's going to be the best fit for the school as a representative. And coronation will be on Wednesday night after day of service. So we have different organizations and different student leaders that decide who is a great representation for this school. So who has been really a welcoming presence to all sorts of students, not just in their organization, but all across campus. And also we reach out to athletes as well as just the other organizations that we weren't able to talk to for the student workshop. So yeah, we're just really excited for everything going on this week for homecoming.
The members of the homecoming court this year were Evan Baumberger and Monique Ritter, Jacob Hazelton and Kelsey Green, Carter Steichen and Rebecca Wilkie, Jacob O'Meara and Bree Erickson, and Matthew McCabe and JC Kohler.
At 7 p.m. on Wednesday, students, faculty, and friends of UMary gathered in Founders Hall for the day of service wrap-up and to crown our homecoming royalty. Faculty band The Rule provided an upbeat mood for the evening, and Marauder-themed desserts added a touch of sweetness. After an invocation, MAC update, and day of service recap, the court was invited on stage and introduced to the crowd. Finally, Monsignor Shea presented the 2019 UMary royalty with their crowns. Matthew McCabe was crowned homecoming king, and JC Kohler was crowned homecoming queen.
In an exclusive interview with Marauders on Media, both king and queen said they didn't expect to win the crown. JC Kohler said she felt blessed and humbled because she was, quote, on stage with 10 people that really deserved it. Matthew McCabe gave advice to UMary students: drink lots of water, limit your video game use, and pray every day. One final secret the 2019 royalty shared with Marauders on Media is that the queen gets to keep her crown, but the king has to reuse his every year.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
What else is new, Jackson?
Molly, I have one question for you. Can you feel the love tonight?
Well, there certainly was a lot of love going around on Wednesday, October 9th for the day of service. Shout out to Vocal Jazz who performed that song for the opening convocation here in the Bismarck campus that morning. Over 1,400 students, faculty, and staff from the University of Mary participated in the day of service at locations in the Bismarck-Mandan area and also across the world, including projects at the university's satellite locations in Fargo, Standing Rock, Billings, Montana, Tampa, Arizona, and Rome, Italy.
Just a few of the 72 different service projects you guys participated in included compiling pocket dictionaries at Global Neighbors for newcomers to the Bismarck community, garden and yard cleaning up at St. Alexis Hospital, moving furniture here on campus, cleaning for the Benedictine Sisters at Annunciation Monastery, and yard work for the Servadora Sisters at their novitiate house in Segni, Italy.
Winter came early to the Bismarck campus on Thursday morning. 16.9 inches of snow fell between Thursday, October 10th and Saturday, October 12th, setting a new local record for the most amount of snow received over a 3-day period in October. The previous record was 16 inches, which fell from October 28th to October 30th back in 1991. Roads closed rapidly throughout the region, and on Friday, October 11th, the University of Mary announced its first snow day of the academic year.
With winds gusting up to 45 miles an hour and midterms looming on the horizon, many UMary students stayed put over Friday and Saturday. But by Sundays, temperatures had thawed a bit, allowing for some creative snow sculpting. our Marion Grotto was temporarily equipped with soundproof snow walls, and this magnificent snow dog appeared outside of Roars Hall.
Way to make the most of the cold weather. But it's gonna get warm again this week, so feel free to put away your coats.
The Snowstorm did postpone the University of Mary's homecoming football game on Saturday, but play resumed on Sunday at the Bismarck Community Bowl. The Marauders beat the Peacocks from Upper Iowa University 27-21, snagging their first win of the season. The home team struck first, with UMary's Danny Kittner putting up his first career punt return touchdown in the first quarter with an amazing 71-yard return for a touchdown from a punt. And the Marauders stayed ahead throughout the entire game, although back-to-back touchdowns from the Peacocks in the third and fourth quarters brought it back to a one-possession lead. With 2 minutes left in the game, the Marauders were forced into a 3rd down and 23 when Iowa was called for an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, giving the Marauders an automatic first down and ultimately the win. UMary quarterback Logan Nelson had an outstanding game with 205 passing yards, 129 rushing yards, and 2 passing touchdowns in the game.
And the University of Mary men's hockey team is still undefeated after hosting the Montana State Bobcats for a pair of games over the weekend. They opened it up with a highlight reel score by player Kyler Moore 14 seconds in on Saturday and took that game with a final score of 5-0. Sunday's match was tighter. The two teams traded goals back and forth throughout the game and then went into overtime, knotted up at a 3-3. It was the first overtime game for the Marauders this season, but they ended it just 19 seconds in when UMary's Marshall Cheetah found a hole in the Bobcats' defense and whipped in the winning goal. The hockey team marked up its 13th and 14th straight wins of the season with those games. I'd say it's been a pretty good weekend for the Marauders.
It's been a great week.
Looking ahead to these next few days, many UMary students will be heading home for fall break, but quite a few of you will be staying on campus and maybe looking for a fun weekend activity before midterms hit. So before we sign off, we'd like to share our favorite places to visit with friends or even by yourself to prove that there are indeed things to do here in Bismarck-Mandan.
Our #1 recommendation for you is to head over to the Dakota stage for Dakota Film Dash this Friday at 7 p.m. Aspiring filmmakers and students from all over the state were given just 10 days to write, shoot, and edit a film that will be showcased at the event. The assigned genre this year was horror, in keeping with the season. It's a great way to support your local talent here in North Dakota and your own classmates. Actually, there are 3 groups this year from University of Mary competing and participating. So make sure you go and show your Marauder pride.
And if you love everything horror, just don't want to sleep all weekend, the Haunted Fort at Fort Abraham Lincoln is the place for you. The Custer House, barracks, stables, and more have been decked out to give you a fun night of frights. It's open 7 to 11 p.m. for a $15 entrance fee.
And last but not least, Papa's Pumpkin Patch is still open, offering a great spot to take those classic fall photos in, as well as plenty of fun activities like pumpkin launching and ziplining. And don't forget to pick up one of your many pumpkins, of course, to carve up and make your own for Halloween. Now, the weather forecast looks to be much milder this weekend, so get out and experience October like it was supposed to be. That pretty much wraps it up now, doesn't it, Molly?
It does. From all of us here on Marauders on Media, I'm Molly Loxon.
And I'm Jackson Layer. Thank you for watching, and have a wonderful fall break.